Guys, I'm 24 years old. I live in Harare, and I go to Villiersdorp Church, and I'm a Vuku leader. I don't know where to start when I'm gonna talk about I'm precious to Jesus, because I started it as a person who wanted to grow in the journey of Christ. I wanted to change as from a churchgoer to the child of God. Because normally we go to church every Sunday, and then when the service is out, we tend to our normal lives. So I wanted to do something different, because there was this day when, I don't remember if it was Pastor Beck who asked if are we a disciple or just a churchgoer, something like that. I think the question was there. So the question kind of stuck with me for a while, and I don't know why. So I kind of wanted to learn more about that. So I saw myself as a churchgoer, and I didn't quite feel comfortable with being in that state, because I know a lot of things that God has helped me, and I asked myself, what am I doing for God? Not that I can't do anything for God. There's nothing I can do for Him. But I was like, what kind of a child I am to my Father, who always is there for me and stuff. So that's where it started. So I wanted to do more for the Lord. And then fortunately, that's where Vuku was introduced. So I just thought that, okay, now I'm going to participate in church activities. That's all I thought Vuku was. Like, okay, now I'm going to be more deep and in tune in every stuff around church. But I learned more about my identity. I learned more about love. I learned more about the heart of the Lord. And I discovered a lot of things. And what I used to preach, I put into action. And some of the things that we learn from the Bible, it's hard to say to someone else, because you don't see them into your life as well. So you can't preach what you don't really see, but you believe in, that kind of thing. So when I was starting this journey, there was a lot of chaos happening in my life. I didn't have quite a good relationship with my sister. Me and my sister are have two different personalities. So we always used to clash a lot because of those things. We wanted two different things. We always we always fight about everything. And my sister will always get into a fight whenever she's drunk and stuff. And I had this relationship with my father that was so kind of everywhere. So during my life, emotionally, it was a lot. And as a 14 or 15-year-old who just lost her mother, and now me and my father's relationship is just a case. So my life, as I said, it was all over the world. I was just a human being trying to survive, waking up each and every day, eating and sleeping, going to church with no purpose, with no I was just a mere human being doing nothing, basically, complaining about everything that I want to have. I want to have a lot of things. I want to go to school. When I finish school, I want to have my own house. I want to have my own money. I don't want to ask people to other people. Those were the goals that I had. But when I did this book, I learned a lot about love, identity, and how the love of God is not the love that I thought I had, or thought I wanted, or thought I knew, but the love of God, the genuine love, because that love spread into my family, and now me and my sister are like something else. As my cousin sister yesterday mentioned, that she saw how Vuku changed my sister's life. She used to have a lot of anger issues. She was in a different state of mind in her life. She was didn't have any confidence, didn't want anything good to happen in her life. She didn't have hope. but now, like, she's someone else who gained control of her life, who's in a stage whereby I don't know how to put it in words, because every time I see or look at her, I just like feel the presence of God. Because when you look at someone, you feel like, oh, I don't understand my own life. I just want to cut this person off, because she's tiring. Like, she makes a lot of trouble. She's like this person. But now, when I look at her, I look at this bigger sister that I never heard, a deputy parent, a sister whereby when I feel, in a sense, I feel heavy. I can get a warm hug, she can talk to me, and I can talk to her. Like, now I have a sister, we share love, and how precious God is. After I moved to where I relocated, there was kind of a rumor, the ill rumor about me. My sister was there for me. She was like, not my sister. Oh. And the way she handled that was so unlike her. She was drunk, first of all. When she's drunk, there's always fight and chaos. But she was drunk, and her friend came to her and said, yo, you know what I heard about Linda? They said Linda did this and this, that and that. My sister was like, you know what? I tried. Not today. Let's try me tomorrow. When I'm sober, because I don't want to cause chaos. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to fight. If you love me, you would have approached me tomorrow, because normally I cause fights when I'm drunk. But you came today. No, I'm precious to Jesus. Now remember, that's how she gave feedback. And then I didn't show how I felt at that moment when she was telling me this. And then she said, the day after, I went back to that lady and asked her, what were you trying to say to me yesterday? And I was like, okay, let's go to that person who said that. And from that person that I know to this person, it can only be God. You understand? It can only be God. And now she's facing another issue in the yard that she's living in. Her and her neighbors used to be mine before I relocated. They're having a little bit of feud. But normally when I used to live there, when my sister has a problem with you, she will curse you. She will drink, and then she'll go, babe, I'm tired of this shit. I'm standing here in this area, in this yard. She's normally that person who wants, like, I want it to be solved now, and then she will use alcohol to try to fix that. And there will be a fight, and then it will escalate into a big matter, and it will be that until it's solved. But now, she handles things differently. She will call me. I hate what is going on here. I wish you can do this. I wish you can do that. She's a totally different person. And I thank God for that. I can see how the love of Christ can change a person. I can see, I just witnessed the warmest heart from God by changing the state of my sister's life too. And I had an ill relationship with my father. Most the neglecting fathers. I always was a child who liked school, who wanted to be a graduate and succeed and stuff. So my father was so like neglectful. So I went to court. It was a nasty thing, but I always had that feeling in me. I want forgiveness. I want love in between of me and my parents. But the way I was handling it on my own. I wasn't allowing God to intervene. I was like, I'm going to keep on texting him. I'm going to keep on trying so that we can rekindle our relationship. But the moment I led all of that to Christ, it's like, God, please intervene. Now I'm tired on my own. I want you to intervene in the situation. And then I gave it my all. I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. And then by the grace of God, this month, I met my father, and I was in a car and I stopped the car. I was like, hey, this is my father. This is my father. I was so excited seeing him. When the last moment, the last day I saw him, we were in court fighting for the maintenance, 2019. And I keep on trying on, like, messaging him and phoning him. He would do nasty stuff. He took me out of his will and he put in my cousin's sister and they posted it on WhatsApp so that I can see, so that I can feel bad. I'm like, we are having a conversation on WhatsApp. We seem like we are rekindling this relationship, but behind my back, we are doing this nasty thing. We are plotting things so that I can see, so that I can be heard. But on my face, we are having a nice conversation, trying to rekindle. Apparently, where are we? Which state are we? So I was like, God, I'm tired of this man. I can't deal anymore because this person can smile to me and try to kill me. I was like, I'm done. But God, like, when I always pray, please God, I want forgiveness and love, because Vuku is all about forgiveness and love. I'm like, how can I go be a disciple and share about love when I don't have love in this person? So I'm like, God, please help me. Please fix me, Lord, and help me so that I can go out there and tell other people to do this because it's doable, because I've seen you do it in me. So I kept on preaching the word of God before even God doing this miracle for me. Because I was like, I'm going to keep on preaching and working for you. I know you will answer me on the way. And then when I went there and I hugged him and I kissed him, I told him I love you, and I told him, this is my father. I introduced him to my friends, to my colleagues, and then he was so happy, he was so excited because he called my former stepmother and he said, I met my daughter. And from town to Kaichamol, he was so mute, that's what he said to my former stepmother. He said, I was so mute because there was a pain in me. This is my daughter. And I felt the love of God. Like, he misses me. He recognizes me as his daughter. He loves me. You know, that feeling, that whole experience, like, was something else. I was like, this is God. It can only be God. And now we are communicating again. And I didn't try anything to rekindle the relationship. It just happened. And I didn't invest or try to call him or do anything. It happened because he called me. I'm not going to call him because I do have his number. He searched for my number and he called me. And it's like, you're my daughter. I was walking, I was mute. He repeated the thing that he said to the he sent to me on WhatsApp. Like, I was mute from the moment you hugged me to the mall, because I was sensing that this is my daughter. And when you gave me that hug, it was so warm. I cried again and I prayed to God, God, thank you. Because sometimes we don't pray for things because we've given up. Because I've been praying for this for years. Now I'm tired, but God still is listening to that prayer you made. I feel like the prayer that you made today, it still echoes in 5 years when you stop making that prayer. So the love in me for the people, for these two important people in my life, I thought that it had died because of how they treated me. But sometimes with me, I always take a full accountability because I know I played a role in those situations. And I take full accountability. That's why I said I apologize for everything that I've done to those people to react to that way, and I apologize. I forgive them for whatever they did to me. So Vuku gave me a chance to love, to learn to love, and to learn to forgive. And what I have with my family now, when I look to other families, when people are talking to me, you know what, family is something else. They call family a lot of things because sometimes family can be nasty. Family can hurt you the most. The people that, I'm like, this was me once. This was me once. And now, doing Vuku, I don't want to stop doing Vuku because where I come from and where I am, I see a lot of people going through a transformation that I went through with Vuku, of forgiveness, of learning to love people, because our love language is different from God's love language. So I'm a new human being now. What I want now is a everyone to have love, to feel the love of Christ, to walk with Christ, to share the love of God. And I want to be a disciple, and I feel like this is an opportunity for me as a young lady to be a disciple and to show my peers and then to walk this journey and show everyone who feel like life, this, we can't do this life thing, but we can. We can, through Christ, we can. And I feel like there's nothing that can defeat me now anymore. I've seen worst, I've seen God's love, and there's nothing that is powerful more than the love of Christ. I thank you, everyone. I thank you for Olia and Vuku. I thank God for choosing people, for choosing these people, this couple for Vuku, because hey, this is an amazing journey. And when I see everyone celebrating Matabelo, as I imagine, like Matabelo, I imagine Matabelo when she comes there and it's like talking more great things that God is going to do for her, because I'm like, God is able. I see it. When I'm still here,